Hello, friends. Good evening. We are continuing with the discussion series on organization of curriculum. In the last YouTube session, I tried to, I have already tried to bring you with an example from a document which belongs to NCTE, which has been published in 2018, but due to the release of New Education Policy 2020, it has been put hold for amendment with regards to NEP 2020. So during online video discussion also we used to discuss lots of things regarding this. But along with that, just a reference. As I told you, after components and inside the components, lots of elements are there. In case of 4-year BSc B.Ed or BA B.Ed program, the combination is basically two type which has been taken care of as experimented by NCERT, but after NEP 2020 the scenario may change. It is still in the process, but according to the document which is based on 2018, and almost it was proposed for adaptation in 2000, according to NEP 2020, but still, as at this time, participatory policy making process is going on. So yeah, debate is happening and it's going on. It's good to see that. So these are the elements. Certain elements are here, and uh, during online class time, I have discussed about the distribution of credits. Distribution of credits and how the credits are decided. Credits converted into hours and converting it into marks, that number system of valuation. So as already we have discussed during online session, this one we can just take up an example. This is a BSc component. Another table is there which is a BA component, and this is a B.Ed component. All the 9 components are distributed like this. So here the credits are distributed especially for education course, especially for education course. That means we need to go back again. What is actually explained in the education core? Education core, a set of essential and necessary areas of teacher knowledge, disposition, values, abilities, is proposed below, which we have seen in the part of the elements in that table. As a common core for all student teachers, this area involves perspective courses such as Foundation of Education, Understanding Learner and Learning, Learning and Teaching, Assessment for Learning, Information Communication Technology in Education, Curriculum, Schooling and Socialization, Vision for Indian Education, and Gender and Inclusive Education. This common education core comprises of understanding of Indian society, democracy. See, I'm just reading out, but important thing is that what are the consideration in the teacher education curriculum as a common education core, mainly comprised of understanding Indian society. See, one can note down it: the democracy and the Indian state. Aims of education in relation to human society, historically, anthropologically, diversity of aims of modern democratic societies, understanding the nature of knowledge, understanding Indian school system, including historic shift changes. See, this particular paragraph is very much important because of this philosophical foundation. Because of this philosophical foundation, this professional educational course and the papers are decided. Okay, papers means these are the elements of that component, major component, 9 major component, and these are the elements, and these elements are given very detailed in the syllabus. That is how the translation from one stage to another stage, it continues until it reaches to the final transaction with the students. With the students, that means students, teacher, and cascading that into the school system, that is finally landed to the grassroots education system. For that reason, we are doing all these things. Excuse me. Okay, just hold on. Yeah, I'm using OBS Studio. Is a free software and a very good one. So this is the portion how one need to understand. When we say this, it seems to be very small paragraph, but if you look into the detail of this thing, it's a really very important part to become a teacher or teacher educators. That means to become a member of the responsible member of the society. This is how, if you look carefully into this table, education core have lots of credits. In total, in total, this is having uh, 42 credits. That means without considering that CT plus T plus P, just interpreting it into the form of hours, it is going to cover more, double, almost double, because of the presence of the this some portions here, tutorial and the practicum portions are also there in this paper. But normally this core education papers as an element of the major components of the curriculum structure of the teacher education in India. So uh, this is the actually weightage. Weightage, this reflect the importance given in a teacher while organizing a curriculum of the teacher education. How much importance has been given to the education core area in every semester, except except seventh semester, because seventh semester is completely dedicated for the internship program, for the internship program. So at this time is what internship? School internship program. This time student teachers are going to spend their time in the schools practicing the real classroom engagement process as an experiential learning. Therefore, except this, in every semester, we can observe a serious weightage are given to the education core in case in the portion of teacher education curriculum. These divisions into, this is a semester system, 8 semester, especially for 4 year program. When it is in case of 2 year program, it is going to compact into 2 year, uh, because in that in 2 year program this section will not be included, because this is 4 year program is after plus 2, and that 2 year program is after graduation. That is automatically this portion in case of 2 year BA program is already earned by the students, so they are coming to gain this portion only, that is uh, curriculum of education. So understanding this also leads to a thorough understanding how to transact in the classroom by a teacher educator for the students teachers. So you as a student teachers, you can think about it. You as a teacher, you can think about it. But when we talk about organizing teacher education curriculum, yes, we need to understand all these things. And following this, while organizing a curriculum for teacher education, see, we have come across the major components in the elements of that, how the weightages are given in the credit system, and converting that into our system, then into mark system. But after that, this one is for BA program. So like that. The next important topic is the program implementation. This program implementation, understanding program implementation is really, really very important. Therefore, without knowing the curricular structure, organization of the curriculum, one need to have a thorough, a critical understanding of curriculum framework. After that, only teacher educator or teacher they will be really able to engage the classroom meaningfully as as guidance given in the framework, because the curriculum framework developed after a rigorous process of tasks is keeping national value at the center. So when national value is at the center, obviously everything in the nation are center automatically. Therefore, program implementation, how to implement in the 4 year program, how to implement entire this process, this and that, and how to interpret, how to uh, you know uh, manage, all those things are mentioned. So program implementation is also part of the curriculum organization. Next to that, evaluation and the program completion. So any program, whatever we think we thought of, need to be implemented, and it has to be assessed. So the assessment part, make us realize it is a feedback process. So evaluation process is for the curriculum evaluation, curriculum implementation. At the same time, for the program, as student teacher, whoever are getting enrolled in this program to become a teacher educator or teacher, they are also need to be assessed by the the model of the system, uh, this design. So so evaluation of the program completion reflects that this is the ending part of the organization of curriculum for teacher education. For teacher education is a context, but the evaluation of the complete program completion is a general context. One is a specific context. So implementation models, evaluation and the program completion, observation models are given here. Like that, scheme of examination, requirement for pass and the result. This, so for every component, okay, for every component, how to award, how to be given award and the grade form. So obviously there will be a standard formula uh, for everyone, for all the trainees, after assessment to be provided. So here, conversion of marks into grades. In this table, you can see 90 and above is O, that in the grade form, which represent the 10 grade point, and the description outstanding. So 80 to 90 A plus, which may be represented by 9, and excellent. So 70 to 79 very good, 60 to 69 good, pass, even fail is also there. Or but just remember that in case of teacher education, less than 40 is a fail, but consider it as a 50. It should be 50% minimum, because in higher education, going for higher education in the respective discipline, or for the going into the professional as a job, there the eligibility criteria are minimum 50, minimum 50, uh, but the consideration of reservations are there which has to be respected. It is given by the constitution of the nation, country. So uh, since the competition is very tough, so 40 getting 40% instead drop the exam, give exam again with after thoroughly prepare. Okay, this is just an opinion, mixing together, sharing my experience. So regarding calculation of the credit point, semester grade point, average, the computation of SGPA in case of science paper, this is just an example. Okay, this is just an example. Just you have to know the formula how to calculate SGPA, say the total marks divided by total number of credits, how it comes. This is like this is an example which can be written as 8.36, that is rounding up the decimal, and finally this will be, this point will be considered as your is once SGPA point. So like that, CGPA, cumulative credit point, again another calculation is there. So here total credit is calculated here, and see this you can see you need to bring SGPA from every semester, and the SGPA into credit makes you get a total sum of SGPA and SCGPA and the credit, which gives you a total of that divided by total number of credit will give your CGPA point, will give you CGPA point. So it is not much difference from the SGPA. So your aggregate CGPA is, in case of SGPA, it was 8.36. It is specific one. Okay. So in case of CGPA cumulative one, you all papers, all the semester, all together, your score in the form of CGPA is 8.07. Like that, this is just an example. You can think about this. You have to know about this as a teacher because it's very essential, even for the teachers also very essential, because most of the school nowadays started implementing credit system like this. So, I think I have shared, or I am going to share this document as just a reference, not as a standard. Okay, so let us wait for the release of NEP document, then we will see again what are the amendment brought on this document. But this document will be a basis uh, for organizing curriculum for teacher education. It was made on the basis of Burma Committee recommendation, and so it is considered important. But anyway, new education policy is very important, and according to the vision of new education policy, these all things becomes part of the education national education policy. So automatically, it is going to be amended or adopted as part need of the vision of the new education policy. Thank you, guys. See you in the next another session.